The squirrel lunges at your foot and bites it.
So they're choosing to kick the squirrel. This is Baldur's Gate 3, by the way.
Watch this, son of a...
Oh my god.
What did you do?
There's blood all over him.
It's everywhere. You ruined a perfectly good snack.
You claim victory over the squirrel, though you're not sure why you were fighting to begin with.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know right now, Baldur's Gate 3 is a massive success, okay? And moments like that are leading tons of people to buy the game. There's so many people buying the game right now. It's actually insane. We're going to get into that in a second. But a lot of developers are actually kind of pissed off at Baldur's Gate 3. More so why people are representing Baldur's Gate 3 as the baseline as to what all games should be made as. So if we dive into it real quick, we got people that are very, very salty. It's basically saying it's Rockstar level nonsense for scope. So we have a gentleman who is the head of a studio called Strange Scaffold. It says, like a lot of people, I'm deeply excited about what the lovely folks at Larian accomplished with Baldur's Gate 3. But I want to gently preemptively push back against players taking that excitement and using it to apply criticism or raise standard to RPGs going forward. So in case if you don't know, a lot of people right now are talking about how Larian Studios just made an incredible game that you don't have to get microtransactions for. There's so much to the open world that you could literally, so many options, so many different endings, so many different romances, so many different weapons, and the game is finished. It's presented to you as a finished product. There's no bullshit, no nonsense. But developers are saying that maybe we're asking for a little bit too much by saying that all games should be like that. So if we scroll down a little bit more, we got other people. So it says his thread went viral and many other developers from AAA companies and indie studios are stepping in to support the main point. They're basically saying you can't put that much pressure on us. You know, it's like if you have two kids and one of the kids is a better kid than the other kid, you know what I'm saying? That it's just going to seem like, you know, and you're telling one of your kids like, hey, you got to be just as good as this other kid. It's going to be pretty bad, bro. Like you definitely don't want to do that. So anyways, it says this whole thread, you can't be appalled about how much big games cost to make and make those lavish productions the standard by which all games are judged. I hope Baldur's Gate 3 is generous once in a lifetime RPG. I hope no one expects 10, 20, 40 person teams to make one. So I think that there's just a little bit too much drama going on in this situation because developers don't want us to expect a golden standard game for every game that comes out, and that's not exactly what we're expecting. I have seen some streamers push that, like, I guess not exactly agenda, but they're just saying like, look, it's a finished ass game. There's no microtransactions. This is a full ass game with so many full ass opportunities, and it took years to make. You know, and I don't know exactly which side I stand on. Like, I understand like some developers are like, fuck, quit expecting like the best out of us. But also at the same time, when we don't get many games that don't have bugs and have like a solid gameplay and solid story, solid all this, everything that's solid across the board, basically like Elden Ring, all this other stuff, then, you know, we can't ask. Like, we're just saying we don't get that often. So when we get that, we're super damn stoked. But these developers are kind of using it as like, oh, what the fuck? What are you doing? We got another person. Great thread. The conditions under which Baldur's Gate 3 was made are atypical. There's no way in slide against the game or the people that are working on it who are clearly passionate and talented. Having the foundation set and fundings to build things on your own term is invaluable. So they're basically saying like, you know, basically they're in a different situation to create a game that's better than what most people could create. In terms of creating that game, they have become on the top 9th most played game concurrently, with right now currently 580,552 people playing the game, and we're going to be one of them in about a second. But that's crazy. The all-time peak was 814,666. Ooh, take with that what you will. But look at all the other games above it. This is the first like D&D type game that actually made it into like the top 10. So we got Hogwarts Legacy right above it, which I'm surprised that Hogwarts Legacy beat it. We got New World, Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, Dota 2, Lost Ark, Counter-Strike, and PUBG. which I didn't even know PUBG was at the first most played game, 3,257,248 concurrent players at one time, which is kind of crazy. And we got Forbes even reporting on it too. Baldur's Gate 3 stunts with nearly 500,000 concurrent Steam players. That's insane, man. It grew. After the first day it released, the next day it had even more concurrent players. Next day after that, it had even more concurrent players. So, you know, we could be thanking Larian Studios for making such a wonderful game. And, you know, we also got people from Larian Studios saying, thank you, everyone, for all the love and support. It brought a tear to many eyes, and it's incredibly motivating for all of us. We can't thank you enough. That said, Hotfix1 is cooking in the kitchen. We hope to get it out today. So look at that, man. Thinking about the game, but also they're really happy with the success of the game. Everything's going great, and it's now one of the biggest Steam games ever. So, I mean, if you ask me, that's pretty badass. What do you guys think about the drama? I want to hear what you guys think. Do you guys agree with this? Do you guys disagree? Do you guys think that we should hold game studios to a higher standard? Or do you think that you favor how game studios feel and think that they should, you know, we shouldn't hold them to a crazy expectation as to something like Baldur's Gate 3?